On the basis of production mechanism, X-rays are classified into two categories. First is continuous X-rays, second one is characteristic X-rays. So first we are going to learn about how continuous X-rays are produced. In continuous X-rays, the X-rays with continuous intensity distribution of wavelength are continuous X-rays. How they are produced? So let's say we have a nucleus of an atom in a node and another electron is coming towards it. So when the electron passes close to the nucleus of the target atom, it will deaccelerate, okay, due to electrostatic force of attraction due to nucleus, because of which there will be loss in kinetic energy of electron, and that loss of energy will be emitted in form of X-rays. Okay. Now there will be lot of electrons which will be coming closer to the nuclei. Okay. So as you can say that electrons will try to make collision at all angles. Okay. Here it will be like this. Another electron will be moving like this. So they are going to hit the nucleus in all the possible angles. So when they are going to do like that, they all the electrons will suffer different deaccelerations, and hence radiations of all possible wavelengths are emitted. So that's why, okay, you can see, let's say in this one, the deacceleration is highest. So energy of the X-ray produced by this electron, let's say, is the highest. Okay. For this electron, deflection it will be lesser. So energy of the X-ray produced by this electron will be lower. Okay, or let's say it's lower. So if we plot the curve of intensity versus wavelength of X-ray emitted, this is wavelength of X-ray. The curve will come something like this. Okay. So as you can see, the curve is continuous. There is no breakpoints, nothing. So that's why it is known as continuous intensity distribution with wavelength. Okay. So let's say electron was accelerated by potential V. So the total energy of electron will become E into V. Okay. So when electron is getting deflected, it's possible that it loses all of its energy in form of X-ray. So maximum energy will be E into V. Or if the electron is very far from the nucleus, it won't go any deacceleration. Okay, so it won't lose any energy. So energy of X-ray will vary from 0 to EV. Now X-ray is a radiation whose energy will be given by Sc by lambda. Okay, so that will be the energy of X-rays. So if we substitute the value of energy as Sc by lambda, we will get this relation. Okay, or you just have to rearrange this one. Just 1 second. Energy of electron was E into V, that is also equal to Hc by lambda. So from here we are getting this relation. Okay. Now let's solve these two. So Sc by lambda is lesser than Ev, means Sc by Ev will be lesser than lambda. Okay. And from here 0 is lesser than Sc by lambda. So lambda will be lesser than Sc by 0, or lambda will be less than infinity. So from here we can find the range of wavelength. So lambda or wavelength should be lesser than infinity and it should be greater than Sc by Ev. Okay, so this Sc by Ev is minimum wavelength of X-ray which is being emitted. Now as you had seen from that curve, the curve started from here, it went like this. This was intensity versus wavelength curve. So here the this point will be known as minimum wavelength. Okay. And for minimum wavelength, SC by lambda will be equal to EV. Means all the energy of electron was used to produce the X-ray. So this will be minimum wavelength. Thank you.